Guys, welcome back to another video. Today is gonna be the part 2 of the complete tutorial of the shark fishing. This is the part 1 is all the gear I use. Part 2 is me actually at the beach executing it. If you haven't watched part 1, go do that right now. So first things first, we just got everything set up and we got all the sand spikes set, and now we got to get our baits ready. So I'll show you that right now. The best shark baits I've seen is definitely live whiting and live margate. The second best is definitely fresh mullet. Pretty much any fresh bait is good, but those are definitely the best I've seen. I always like to come with a bucket of big mullet with me before I go shark fishing, just in case I can't catch any whiting and margate. I still have a backup plan. When I set up my shark baits, I like to cut off a little bit of the tail like this, because otherwise sometimes the shark will just grab the tail and miss your hook. And then I like to put the hook right through the middle of the bait, just like this. Get it through that spine, just like that. And I cast this whole thing out. This way the shark can't really splice it. And pretty much anywhere it grabs, it's going straight for the hook. Alright. For the casting setup, I'm just going to walk out as far as I can where I'm still able to cast, and just cast as far as I can get past that second sandbar. Just like that. Keep the line tight and bring it in so there's not a bunch of slack in the line, and the waves will start to carry the bait away. And I bring it straight up to the rod holder. All right. Make sure you get your line nice and tight. And last thing, make sure your drag is loose. You want the shark to be able to run as soon as it picks up that bait. Just like that, the casting setup is set. On to the conventional. When it comes to weighing down the conventional, I actually prefer, since I'm paddling out the bait, I have a better trick than using lead weights. I actually tie 15-pound test to a coquina rock like this, wrap it around and tie it off. And then I tie this to the swivel to my bait. And what happens is I deploy this whole thing out there. So then my bait just hangs off the rock about 2 feet. And when a shark picks up the bait, the 15-pound test easily breaks off. And then the shark's hooked and you have no more weight. And the great thing about this is you can deploy it super far and your bait's not going to drift whatsoever. Tie it straight to this swivel. And just like that. And then for my bait, I just cut off the tail to make a little bit less resistance in the water. Just like the other one, put the hook right in the middle, just like so. Then I go paddle out and deploy it out there. Put the bait to the front. Oh, right in the middle. You want to set your drag tight enough to where it's not going to backlash on you, but still loose enough where it's not going to rip out of the rod holder. All right, the drag is set. Start the paddle out. I aim to paddle out about 150 to 200 yards, which comes out to be like a third or half my total line. If you're a beginner, it's probably a safer bet to paddle out about a quarter of your line, just in case you get a big shark, you have a lot more line before you get spooled. All right, it's probably about a good place to drop it. Simply just dehook it from the front. And make sure you drop the bait first, then the rock. See them both sink down, just like that. And there you go. All set up, now let's paddle back in. And just like that, our bait is set. Just come on over. Tighten up the line. Boom. Conventional set. I have all the bait staggered. This is furthest. This one's right in the first trough. A little bit in between, further, and then this one's even furthest over here. So, if there's any sharks, we're gonna find them. Off camera, on the conventional rod, all of a sudden went super slack. This means that the rock line popped off and a shark has the bait and it's swimming in. The best thing to do in this scenario is reel in the line as fast as you can and get pressure on the shark so that you can drive in the hook.
It is about to go through the line. Small guy? You want to reel it in?
Now that I know I have the shark on, my goal is to get real close to the ocean and navigate over and under all the other lines that are casted out.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's not lying. He's off and he's over. Oh, there he goes.
Now the shark is running parallel down the beach, so I'm just going to follow it and keep the line as tight as possible.
Oh, yeah, he's not too big. Who's got the fly? Nobody?
Now when it comes to landing the shark, you want to use the waves to your advantage. You want to pull him in with the wave. And now when he's up shallow, you just want to grab him straight by the tail and drag him up.
Like a little, what? Yeah. Look at all those crazies. Yo, look at his mouth.
Boom. Alright.
You gotta wash him off, I think.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Stick. It's just a little guy. It's a little sport. Good.
Right after that shark, we deployed another bait. As you can see, the paddleboard is still out there. The shark picked up the bait almost immediately. This shark didn't swim in. It started swimming due east, straight towards the horizon. In this scenario, you want to tighten the drag immediately so the shark doesn't pull off a lot of line.
Oh, there's a better one. Oh, shoot, I saw that. Oh, how much? It's coming in now.
Oh, there it is.
He's like small. He's really? Oh, no. Big remora on him. Really. Don't let the remora let go. I got him. That thing's heavy. That's a nice one.
All right, who has the pliers?
That's a fat one. Here, let me. Oh, yeah. Do I get my picture with this one too, Blake? Here we go. Boom! Go! How big is the pretty dog keeping that thing tame?
All right, you got it.
Yeah,
That's good enough.
she's got pretty.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got another shark on. This time it's on the casting setup.
I got him.
I'm not sure what happened to the rest of that release footage, but somehow it didn't get filmed. I just removed the hook and released it back in the water. I never keep any of the sharks I catch, regardless of species. All the sharks I typically catch are all black tips and maybe a few spinners. But thing to note though, if you're not sure what the species is, do not take it out of the water, leave it in the wash and just cut the wire and release it. Because there's a lot of protected shark species that look very similar to black tips, and it's completely illegal to pull them out of the water. So when in doubt, keep them in the water. I think I included almost all the helpful information I could. If you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Unrelated, but recently I just broke my arm, so I'm not really going to be able to go fishing or make any new videos. So it might be a while before I make another video. I'm not sure. I'll try to maybe go with some friends and just record some stuff and post it in the meantime. We'll see. But as always, thanks for watching and see you next time.